Morbidelli all ready to be. We've seen Bagnaia have a bit more bite.
Practice one, he's starting from pole position, he's right.
Invites people to their front end. Makes me nervous.
Yeah, we've seen people take the racing line, he does leave the door open.
And Alex here today, that Matt is down. I think he might have done so. Yeah, has not won a sprint. Let's go out and the sprint is underway, and it's a really penetrating Marc Marquez. Oh, and a big one there, and that is...
That's 17 on the grid. Darts on the inside immediately of Fermin Aldeguer and Jack Billy. You can see Marco Bezzecchi pretty much in the middle of the picture.
Yeah. Martin completely loses it and cleans out his teammate Marco Bezzecchi. It was a case of who he was going to take out there rather than whether he was going to take one out. He lost it about 100 metres before he clattered into Bez.
I remember years ago it was a real nasty incident with Colin Edwards, Lawrence Capirossi and John Hopkins. That was horrendous. Look at Martin. Oh, he just basically headbutts into the side.
Down towards the downhill, off camber, Alex Marquez.
On that downhill corner, you're not getting it stopped.
Rather Ayagura, great for the Japanese fans. Marc Marquez in fourth, he's going exactly the way it's
Clean, he's a chance. Where we thought he might
be, but he's braking so late there.
Looking to turn 5, yeah.
Can he get it? Just hasn't got the...
But it was what we've seen all weekend. How many times? Last 6 months.
Pedro Costa's had his track limits warning. It was out of turn 2, you know. So, further, but of course, the more points...
You see Pedro Costa just edging a
couple of victories again, and it just... Warmer temperatures. We're not used to it. Dropped off into autumn. Yet now, we've got the data and the experience of that.
Not at all. The test on Monday where it was really rubbered up. So all take of a second. And you come here and nothing's worked for most riders. I have
the pressure from Marc Marquez. Bagnaia. It's turn 1, he saw
Pedro. Trying to make up time. This is Pedro Costa's 4 or 5 laps to go. He took the front axle on this.
He's had a few crashes this weekend, but to get myself on the second row of the grid. That's it.
Well, you look at where the other Yamaha riders are.
Been okay.
Yeah, it's been having a good weekend. But then turn 1.
Yeah, it was with the Martin and all that.
Exactly. And then the Ducati.
Yeah.
More tyres allowed for Honda.
Wide.
Sorry, a 34.7. That's incredible. 0.4 of a second. We saw it from the very first laps. Like the way it behaved, there was no kick seasons.
So what have they done, Neil?
What's happened is he's had enough of his bikes. His money's not quite working.
Why do you mean?
He's made that stop, but he hasn't worked up. Yeah. With the ride height device, a lowering device, they're just naturally off the rear of that bike, and I think that's
distribution, that kind of thing at this stage of the season. What they do
first test, but by the time we got to, it's going to be between them two. Mark was amazing at that, and at all the other tests that they've gone to since then, Pecos into the Misano test to try some of the. This is the direction I want to go in.
Yeah, parts of the market beat. Test all these bits and pieces, and yet.
Got nothing to lose, found the direction. Like he had scored a point in the sprint race in the last 5. Some good racing.
So we might be able to get the two of them. He's a busted flush. We know.
He knows how to do it. Because look at his pace.
He'd right help for Bagnaia at the front of this race.
It's one of the worst weekends of the year for him. Until right at the end when he put a softer tyre in.
Yeah. He was only 9/10 off at the time. What's going on here? A real head scratch. And there will be here at the race. That's why they use the big disc. Front tyre pressure rise when you're
right. It's not one of the best for that scenario. Humid day like today, eventually it goes down. The more pressure you've got, the less your tyre. So Mark's missed the apex at turn 11
and a second place in the top 2. And yet he's about to finish up here.
What did I say in the car this morning when we were talking? It was going to be on the podium, race pace, championship. Bastianini,
the beast, unfortunately, was on the podium here.
Just behind Taka Nakagami.
Marquez coming back now at mid. Here we go again for Marc Marquez. It's going to be enough. That is a block pass and a half.
Yeah, that was a million miles off the rim. Knowing full well he ain't going to get the bike stopped. But
he loved that. Him another point, Marc Marquez. That will move him tomorrow, which means he can even finish back first, but from 4th to...
Well, he's going for second place. He's come to Mark a little bit, the feeling.
Well, so he retires from the with the bit between his teeth now and closing in right. Wait till he meets Pedro Acosta. Had one of those since Mugello.
Mark, as his teammate, Bagnaia looked really strong there, didn't he, as well? And then Mark
Half a lap remain. The V corner. Lap in turn 9. He was on for an 11th place. His former teammate though. His teammate is a double MotoGP champion.
One at Ducati. Their man is
Bagnaia wins from Marc Marquez and on top in the sprint race here.